What's up, everybody? Richard Janvrin with WSN.com back today with another props bet video. And today we are checking out Monday Night Football Week 11 with the Arizona Cardinals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this game, Arizona is the home team, but they're actually playing down in Mexico City at Estadio Azteca. So they're not really a home team in this one. They kind of lose that home game, which kind of stinks. But it's going to be an interesting game. We were in Germany last week. We're in Mexico City this week. We're 7,200 feet plus above sea level with the altitude over there. And there's also some light rain called for as well. And I'll just be honest with you guys. Like, when I was getting ready to put this props video together, like, the props were slow to come out. I think that's because, you know, there's a game time decision on Kyler Murray, whether he's going to play or not. So all we had really to work with was anytime touchdowns. That's all any of these sports books were offering, whether it's DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, BetMGM, and all that. And speaking of those sports books, actually, all these odds are going to be available at different sports books. So you want to make sure that if they are available in your state and you do not have an account there, you visit the description down below, click our link, go sign up and get some really awesome bonuses. But yeah, with that, let's dive into these props. We have two Cardinals, one 49er, and we'll kick it off with veteran wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins of the Arizona Cardinals. So as you all know, Hopkins was suspended the first 6 games of the season. And since he's come back, he's been a target machine. You know, in 4 games, he has 46 targets, 36 receptions, 396 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's catching, his reception rate is 78.3%, and he's averaging 11 yards per reception. And, you know, if McCoy does draw the start here with Murray being that game time decision, I'm still not worried because last week Hopkins he tied his season high with 14 targets. He didn't quite reach 100 yards. He was I think it was 98 yards, and he didn't score. But at DraftKings, we're getting this as a plus 170 price. And I think that, you know, whether it's Murray or McCoy, Hopkins is going to be a great bet to score because he draws matchups with Charvarius Ward, the former Chiefs corner, and then I'm going to butcher this guy's name, but I'm going to give it a go. Diamador Lenore. I have no idea. I'm just throwing that out there. Ward has been really good this season, but the thing is that if you take a look at the breakdown of his positional play, he usually lines up on the side opposite of DeAndre Hopkins, literally well over 90% of his wide corner snaps come from the side opposite of Hopkins. So that means that Hopkins will face Lenore, who gives up a 78.6% reception rate. So I think that Hopkins has a great matchup here, plus 170 price. Both these quarterbacks are going to pepper him with targets, so I'm not worried about DeAndre Hopkins at all. Next up, we got Christian McCaffrey, running back of the 49ers, minus 145. Now, of course, anytime you get a price like a minus 145, it's not the greatest value in the world, but McCaffrey is, it would be more surprising at this point if this guy doesn't score a touchdown in a game. Obviously his first game with the 49ers, he didn't really do too much. He did get I think he got over 10 touches, but it was against the Chiefs, and it was his first game in, so they would just kind of sprinkle them in, here and there. But in his second game, as we know, he had the triple threat of a touchdown, which is passing, throwing, and receiving. And then last week against the Chargers, he had 14 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown, and also caught 4 or 5 targets for 39 yards. So this guy's super versatile. He's going to get the ball in many ways. He could throw again here. He'll catch. He'll run. The guy will just anytime you get a guy that is going to get 20 plus touches in a game, especially somebody like McCaffrey's caliber, even though it's, the Cardinals are decent against the run. They give up 110 rushing yards per game, and passing yards they give up, just under 250. McCaffrey, I know it's minus 145, but that's actually not a terrible price when you consider who McCaffrey is as a player and just his ability to score touchdowns week after week after week. So definitely going to take that one, minus 145 over at FanDuel. And now this price was very interesting because let's just say who it is. Rondale Moore, plus 340 over at DraftKings, because I feel like this is a really good bet. Like, obviously, I think McCaffrey is going to be like the guy who's like most likely. Hopkins, like his price is a little bit, plus 170. I expected that to be probably like plus 120 or something like that. But Rondale Moore plus 340. I mean, this guy's getting action. Like, this isn't a guy who's like a flash in the pan, and who knows if they'll use him again. So last week with McCoy, Moore saw 13 targets and caught 9 of them and went for 94 yards. He didn't score, though. But, that got me thinking. I'm like, okay, yeah, he did good with McCoy, but, like, what about with Murray? Do they actually still use him? And, yeah, they do. In the 2 games before that, last week with McCoy, Moore saw 8 and 10 targets in back-to-back games, and he had no less than 69 yards, and he scored in week 8. And then with McCoy in the lineup, this will probably bode better for him because of the average depth of target that Moore has, which is 5.2 on the year. McCoy's kind of a guy who's going to keep it a little bit. He's a very efficient, very safe kind of passer. He completed over 70% of his passes last week, and this isn't a guy who's going to start, slinging it down the field or anything like that. So he should once again get peppered with targets if McCoy starts. But he also, like I said, gets plenty of work with Murray and can actually probably be utilized a little bit more downfield as well, or maybe mix him in a little bit in the run game. Not that he's done that a lot this year. I think he has like 5 designed runs on the year, so it's nothing crazy, but that's something to think about for sure. But yeah, I think that at plus 340, given the amount of volume that he has gotten both with McCoy and Murray coming out of the slot in this one, I think that plus 340 for a guy who's definitely going to be the number 2 target in this offense, especially with Zach Ertz being out for the season now, that's a no-brainer. You've got to go sprinkle at least like a half a unit on that one for sure. But that does it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Monday Night Football Props here at WSN.com. Once again, my name is Richard Janvrin, and also make sure you hit those links down below. Get those bonuses over there. By the way, at DraftKings, it's a $1,000 deposit bonus, and at FanDuel, it's a $1,000 no sweat bet, which is another word for a risk-free bet. So make sure you guys go over there, create your new accounts, and claim those offers right now. Once again, the props for tonight are DeAndre Hopkins plus 170 over at DraftKings to score a touchdown, Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown minus 145 at FanDuel, and Rondale Moore anytime touchdown plus 340 over at DraftKings. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you for Thursday Night Football later this week. Peace.